Hello, my sweet friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing wonderful. I have a project for you today that I hope that you're going to love. Um, it's another opportunity for us to be reusing something. And today what we're going to be reusing are toilet paper rolls. We're going to use a toilet paper roll, and actually, let's see what's in the bag. All right. So you will notice in your bag number 2 that there's a few things. There's this funny looking thing. This has the toilet paper roll. See? You'll notice there's 2 holes already punched in on each side. There's also this very fragile straw here with these 2 pieces of wheat sticking out. Okay, I'm going to lay them right here. Hopefully you can see what I've got going on here. Hold on. And then rubber banded together is a bag full of straw. A whole bunch of straw. So you got all that straw. You got all sorts of. It's a different straw than this straw. This is this plastic straw, which is not very good for the earth, but it's great for this project. Now we have a few other things in our bag. There's another bag that has some yarn in it. See all this yarn? Some of you will have different colored hair than this hair. And then you're also going to find a little hat and a little face. You're going to find a little face. It looks like a marshmallow, but don't eat it because it is not very tasty. And it's not a marshmallow. All right, and you're going to also find a little piece of a flower base, and hopefully that will be a collar on your little scarecrow. And we've got this fabric right here, this burlap fabric that we're going to hopefully use on the scarecrow's body for its clothes. Kind of like that. Right. You know me and my do-do-do. Well, oh, and there's one more thing I found in the bag. Oh, yeah, a little heart-shaped piece of fabric. This is just for you to do with it whatever you want. You could cut it, and you could use it as a scarf, or you could use it as the clothes of your scarecrow. You could literally go like this all the way around and glue it on, or you could even glue it upside down and have it be like that if you wanted. If you did that, it could look like almost like 2 legs. But this part's going to be up to you. Okay. Now, there's going to be a lot of gluing in this project, so hopefully you have a nice, good surface to work on. And let's see, what are we going to start with today? I think what I'm going to do is have you start with adding the straw to the toilet paper roll from the bottom. And the bottom is the whole part that doesn't have any holes cut out, okay? So you're just going to fill it on up all the way, fill it as full as you can, all the way to the tippy top. All right. You might even have more than you could fit in there, and that's okay. Actually, in fact, leave a little bit out because you might need it for the next step. All right. Now, the only thing is you want to make sure it stands up. If it stands up on its own, I'm going to stand it up on a flat. Yeah, it does. Now, it has that straw at the bottom, and it would be great if we could see the straw at the bottom. Maybe what we could do is maybe you can have your mom or dad or someone who's helping you do this project cut out just a little bit, maybe a little V at the bottom right there, so it kind of looks like, I don't know, maybe it could look like the legs. I guess I could have done that part for you too, but oh well, I just thought of it. Okay, now as you're going to see, it pokes right out the top if you push too hard, so be careful. Right, there's that. Now what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you get your straw, this straw, and you're going to take out one of those pieces of wheat. You're going to take out one of them, okay? And then you are going to very carefully, actually take them both out, it'll be easier. Take them both out, and then what you're going to do is you're going to poke it right through the hole, right on the side. Poke it right through the hole, and then out the other end, okay? And try to make it even, because those are going to be the arms. Now you could poke one of your pieces of wheat right through that straw, like that. And then you're going to poke the other one right on the other side. But of course you're going to have to be careful because you don't want to push the other one out, the first one that you did. So you're going to do that, and you're going to do that. Now, they might be too long and they might push on the hands of it. We'll call these parts the hands. Okay. So, and if that happens, just, adjust it accordingly. All right, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have your glue handy. And there's probably enough glue from your last project for this one. Hopefully there's enough in there. And I'm just going to use the same Q-tip that I used in the last project. And what you're going to do here is you're just going to glue right on the inside. Glue right on the inside, right where the arm comes, right where that straw arm is. And you're just going to kind of glue it right there. Now what you're going to also glue is you're going to dip your wheat right into some glue and then poke it right back through. I think that's going to be a good way. Whoops. And do it the same with this side. I should have told you to do that originally, but that's all right. All right. Now, of course, when you do it, you're going to probably poke it through a little bit, but just be careful not to poke it through. And also, these are very fragile, so be careful because it could break. And if it breaks, that's all right. You just glue it back together. All right. Now, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to put a little bit more glue right on the very top right here. Right on this very top. And I'm going to glue a little bit more of that straw in there. Okay. Uh-oh, I think I might have to go grab myself another glue because I did not bring enough over here. That's all right. Okay, so then I'm going to add some more straw right in here. And then I'm just going to set it aside a little bit. Did I put enough glue on this thing? I hope so. I'm going to add a little bit more glue before I continue on to the next part. I'm just going to add a little bit more right where the wheat is entering the straw. So I want to make sure it doesn't move around too much. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to let it dry. Make sure that this is even. The arms are pretty even. It seems like they are. And I'm going to set it over here to dry. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little hat and I'm going to turn it upside down. And I'm going to add some more glue in. I'm going to add some glue right on the inside of the hat. And hopefully you will have more glue than I have right here. Well, I'm going to do that. And then, once I do that, then I'm going to start adding some hair, okay? Now, you'll notice that the hair is kind of all one size about, and they're kind of short. Well, they're all the same length, but I want you to put it in side of your hat halfway around. I don't want you to do it all the way around, but just like about halfway around. Maybe a little more than half. Do it a little bit more. You just want to be able to have it in there and it not cover up the face. So if you went all the way around and did it all the way around the inside part of the hat, then maybe you could trim some for bangs or something later. I guess that could work. Now, I guess the most important part here is that you have enough glue to hold this hair in place. Like I said, I'm running out of glue, so I might need to run in the other room and grab some real quick. Hopefully, you will have enough on you when you start, so you don't have to do that. Okay. See how it's about halfway so far? So I have it like that. And I'm just going to continue. I think I will probably end up cutting mine with bangs later. We'll let it dry first. Okay. So then, once you do that, you will definitely need more glue for this part. So I'm off to get my glue. Oops, sorry about that. I don't know why that took me so long, but I'm just refilling my glue right here, okay? So don't mind me as I do this. And now I'll have enough. Definitely have enough. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit more hair, a little bit more glue. Now, if you add more glue on top of what you've already done, it might stick to your yarn and then it might pull out. So be careful with that. You don't want that to happen. You want it to kind of just stay right where you put it. And be careful so you don't get it all over your fingers. If you do get it all over your fingers, it's no big deal. It'll wash off, obviously. But some of you might not like how that feels. And if that's the case, then if you get it on your hands, I think right now would be a good time to go wash off your hands real quick, okay? All right, I'm going to continue myself. And if you could use a glue bottle if that's easier, or you can use a Q-tip like I'm doing. All right, it's probably hard for you to see how I'm doing mine. I'm kind of doing it. It looks a little messy from, see, it's kind of like that a little bit. I'm going to do these last little pieces here. Like I said, I am going to do bangs on mine. Originally, I said do it halfway around, but you could do it all the way around if you want. It's up to you. You can even, if you wanted longer hair, you can even add additional hair, but you have to figure out where is going to be your back, whatever the back of your hair is going to be. So I'm going to add some to the back of my hair, right here, and then I'm going to add some more yarn right there. It's just these last few pieces that I have here. Make it a little bit longer, not much. It'll look like it's layered, sort of. All right, thank you for your patience with me, and I hope that this is going easy for you. Okay, so now I'm almost done. I'm just adding all my hair that I have. Might as well. If you have too much hair, then you won't want to add too much more, but okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add more glue right on top of the yarn because I want to put the head on there. But I have to do this part very carefully because, because I don't want, well, I'm going to do it very carefully and keep it upside down is what I meant to say. I'm going to keep it upside down just as it is, as it's drying at first. There's going to be a temptation to turn it to see what it looks like, but don't do that. Let it dry a little bit first, okay? Now, of course, make sure that your head is not upside down when you put it in there. Anyway, and then figure out where's the front of your hair, okay? Right. Now you can do however you want this part. Okay, you could totally make it. You can add some different hair if you want, if you have any other yarn. But this is how mine's looking. I gave mine a little trim for the bangs, and there's that part so far. Now, but I am going to put it down to dry, just like I told you to do. And be careful because your yarn is not that far in there. It's not deep in there, and it's going to pull out if you pull on it. Okay, so here's it's drying now. Okay, so there. I'm going to put it upside down over here to dry. All right, now I'm going to pick this up again, and I'm going to check it out, see how it's doing. It's still very wet, and that's okay. But now I want to add some clothes. I'm going to have these pieces here cut. You'll notice these pieces have these little slits in them, and that's right where the straw goes. It's on both sides. So if you put it so it's going like this, and then you bring it up to the straw area, you go right through that slit. Okay, that should work. Now you are going to do the same thing. You're just going to add some glue on the back, and that's what we're going to do. We're just going to add some glue. Now the hard part is that we don't. It's not going to dry right away, so hopefully this will want to stay. You're going to put some right on the inside of your, right on the underside of your clothes. We'll put it like on this side here. We'll put it here, right on the inside, and then hopefully that will work. And you're just going to hold it there for a moment. Help it along. Now it will get on your fingers a little bit, but that's okay. 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 One of the things you might want to do is you might want to use that rubber band that we had earlier. Where's that rubber band? I don't see where mine is right now. Well, the rubber band would be great to hold it in place when it's drying, while it's drying. So if you happen to know where yours is, I don't know where mine is. So, but if you know where yours is, I would use it, and I would rubber band my clothes on there so they stay, so I don't have to keep holding it the whole time. Okay, now the reason it's kind of holding together right now is because I'm using tacky glue. Tacky glue is great for this kind of thing. All right, now I'm going to get more glue, and I'm just going to add it to this upper part here and here. And then I'm going to squeeze that also so that it dries with the clothes on. And this lower part's coming off, but like I said, if you had a rubber band to wrap it around there, it would be perfect. All right, there's that. Okay, so now, of course, I want to add, I have this green little piece right here, and that part's going to be a perfect little neck collar. So I'm just going to, again, add more glue. Surprise, surprise. This back piece is not wanting to stick very well so far, but it will. I will make it. Okay, now I'm going to add more glue to this part, to right on top of here, right where the head's going to sit in a moment. So I'm just going to add more glue. Seems like there's never enough glue. Parents, you may beg to differ, because maybe your child will be using lots of glue, but they probably need it for this project. Okay, it's just going to sit on there, all right? So it's kind of like that. I know it looks funny right now, but you just wait until it's dry. It's going to be so cute. All right. All right, now I'm just going to add more glue, and I'm going to glue that head on there. And then we're pretty much almost going to be done. You'll see. And then we'll just have to wait for it to dry. Now, this is something you could make anytime. You'll notice that, like at my house, we go through toilet paper a lot. So there's always projects to be made with the toilet paper rolls. And so this particular project here is something that you could use, that kind of marshmallow head that I have, or you could use a ping pong ball and make it more round if you want. I kind of wanted to do that with you kids because I have one sample one. Oops. So I added the head here, just like that. There it is. There's our little guy. Okay, so our little scarecrow. Now, one thing about this scarecrow is it's going to need time to dry, of course, but pay attention to how it's drying and make sure that everything's where you want it to be before it dries too much. Because once it's dry, then that's going to be it. It's going to be there. It's going to be stuck like that. So this is one that I just made with you. I'm going to show you another one that I made earlier. That's very cute too. The one that I made earlier was with a ping pong ball. And it was like this one. See? There she is. It's cute. Now, this fabric right here was one of those heart shapes fabrics that you have in your kit. So if you wanted to make something like that, instead of using that burlap, like I have orange, or some of you maybe have brown burlap, you could do it however you want. Now, the other thing you could do is you could draw little, buttons on here, or you can put like a belt, make it wear a belt, or suspenders, or any such thing. Mine keeps falling apart, but that's all right because it's totally wet. It's so not dry yet. But I wanted to be able to show it to you for this video. So there it is. Isn't it cute? All right. Hopefully it will dry very nicely, and I would love to see yours when they're done. Okay. Good luck with that. Love you so much. Bye.